So it has been a couple days since I did my unboxing, but now I have finally had a chance to get the car in the garage. And what we're gonna do today is test fit the wheels with the flare. So basically all a test fit is pulling off the stock wheels and then putting on these wheels to see if everything's gonna fit. It may not clear right now because I am on stock suspension, which sometimes stock suspension can be a little bit bigger than like say a coilover. So hopefully they'll fit right now. If not, I'll have to change out my suspension to coilovers or air suspension or whatever I decide to do on that. But along with putting on the wheels, I also want to throw on the flares and see what those look like. So basically I'm just trying to get an idea of what everything's gonna look like when it's all together, and more or less just because I'm excited. I have these wheels, I'm not able to do anything with them yet. I still need to get tires, I still need to get suspension. There's quite a few things that I need to do first, but I also need to save for those things too, because obviously tires and coilovers are not cheap. So that's kind of my dilemma right now, but for now I kind of want to play with the stuff that I have. So these wheels, I actually had to get a custom offset made for them to fit the flares. So these are basically one-off wheels for the Cayman. So these are really gonna only work for my specific Cayman unless another Cayman has these exact flares. I spent a ton of time trying to figure out what size I'm gonna need to make it work with the flares and to also look good and to get the fitment that I've been wanting to get for it. So I'm gonna go ahead and get the car up on a jack and then take off the stock wheels and then see if these wheels will fit on it right now at the moment. So these are the back flares, these are the front flares. They're honestly not very thick. Like I honestly thought they were gonna be a little bit wider, but they literally are GT3RS flares. So the fronts might be a little bit wide, which that'll be okay. I may just have to run a stretch tire, but not too stretched because I don't like a lot of stretch, honestly. I think it looks kind of weird, but either way, I should be able to make it work. So I just got the wheels pulled off, but I'm gonna start with the back and then see if it'll fit. But the specs that I got, I measured it out and the wheels should fit about 4 inches out from the body. So we got my little bro here joining us. Say what up, his name's Bentley. This is my wife's little brother.
We're just bros now.
Yeah, we homies. So it looks like everything is working, everything's gonna fit. And in just a minute, I'm gonna stand up and I'm gonna be able to see how wide these things are really gonna be. Judging by the way they're looking right now, they look pretty freaking sick. All right, I guess I will show you guys. I'm sure you guys are agonizing so much right now, just like me, but not really. I don't know, maybe you are, but here you go. That's actually, it looks wider in the camera. Yeah, I'd say that's almost 4 inches out. That's so sick. Holy, look at the color combo. That's gonna be wicked. It's so hard to judge and tell right now because of the wheel gap. It's so big. Like, basically what I'm trying to say is it's hard to really see how wide the wheels really stick out because there's such a big gap here. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and get the front one thrown on and then we're gonna tape on the flares and see what those look like with it. Okay, so there's the front. That sits pretty wide too, but not super wide. So that'll probably be pretty good with the flares. Because like I mentioned before, those aren't super wide. So they only stick out like, I don't know, ½ inch, maybe an inch. Okay, so now that I got the wheels on, I'm gonna go ahead and start throwing on the flares. All right, I'm kind of disappointed right now. The camera's about to die, so I set it up for a minute to charge. And during that time period, I realized that the front wheel actually doesn't clear the front brake. It's so close, but it doesn't clear, which means I'll have to run at least a 10mm spacer. And I'm really hoping it's gonna fit because those flares aren't very thick at all. Hopefully everything's gonna work out, but kind of bummed. I should be able to run some camber adjustments. I'm fine to run up to like 3 degrees. If that's all it takes, then perfect, we're good. Anything more, I might have to rethink some things. But anyways, back to the fun stuff. I don't want to be a Debbie Downer here. This is still fun. Like, I got new wheels for the car. It's like everything's coming together. I'm really excited. So I don't really have any good tape. So what I did is I had some extra wrap laying around. So what I'm gonna do is actually see if the wrap will stick onto the flares and on the body, because wrap is pretty dang sticky. Oh, that's sick. Those look huge. Those actually look a lot bigger than I kind of remember seeing. What do you think?
I don't know. I think the spacers will look pretty good.
Yeah, right now.
They're huge.
They are really big.
Because that's like perfectly flush.
Yeah, that is actually perfect. Okay, so I got the measurements down pretty good, I would have to say, at least in the back. The front, we'll see in a minute, but that looks pretty freaking good. These flares aren't your average flares. These are like big beefy flares. Like, they even feel really thick too. Like, they're really, really quality flares. But this is gonna be sick. That looks good. Yeah, that fitment's gonna be perfect. Obviously, when it's down on the ground and lowered, it's gonna have a little bit of camber that's gonna bring it in, but I can add like a 10 mil spacer back there if I really absolutely need to, or I can just run a thicker tire. What do you think about that color combo? The blue with the bronze, the root beer color.
Call it root beer.
Yeah, we'll call it the root beer wheels. It's definitely got way more poke than the back. I'm a little bit nervous about running the spacer in the front. Maybe I just need to run a little more stretch, a little more camber. The back's gonna be perfect. Really, really stoked on the back. The front looks sick, honestly. Like, I really like it. I'm just kind of bummed that I spent all that time trying to figure out the perfect wheel specs and it still gave me problems. But the Cayman S does have bigger brake kits with them. So maybe that wasn't put into consideration, that these are a little bit bigger than the base model. Like I said, hopefully it'll work out. I'll cross my fingers. You guys cross your fingers too. Either way, whatever happens, like, I've seen guys that have run this wide of wheel in the front without even doing a flare. Like, I don't know how that's even possible, but they've made it work, so I'm pretty sure I can make this work. It's just gonna be a little bit annoying and not something I expected, but that's okay. This is what we're all about, right? This is the car life.
Do your homework.
Yeah, do your homework. Even if you spend 30 hours or plus like I did. I honestly probably spent like 60 hours trying to figure out the perfect size. You guys are probably wondering what wheel specs I have right now. The fronts are 19" by 10. The backs are 19" by 12 with a +6, so that's pretty wide. All right, so other than the issue with the front and the fitment, I think the setup is gonna be so cool. Even before I got a Cayman, I wanted to build a Cayman and I wanted to do flares or either the Pandem wide body kit, which that kit is so sick. It is so insane. There's a guy local in Utah in Park City, Clayton. He has a Cayman S that he just did the Pandem wide body on, and I'm so jealous of it. It is so cool. But yeah, I kind of wanted to take a different route and run the flares on it because it's a little bit different. I've never seen a flared Cayman. I honestly don't even see very many Caymans in this body style. The flares are sick. I just think it looks really good, really clean. It definitely screams like classic Porsche. But with the flares, I can do flares first and then wide body later if I decide to. I'm not saying that I will. I may end up doing this and absolutely love it and never want to change it, which that's kind of the route I'm seeing right now. I really, really, really love this. Even though the wheel gap, I could probably fit basketballs in between, but it still looks pretty sick. So yeah, that's kind of the plan right now. Get spacers. I'm gonna try 10 mil in the front. I may need to go to a 15. Maybe I can get a 12. This is really exciting. This is like literally that picture in my dreams that I've been like seeing, like my vision. Seeing it to this point even is so accomplishing. Like, I don't know, I did this all myself and it's just such a good feeling. But yeah, that is definitely not the end of it. I still have a lot to do. I still need to cut the body. I still need to cut all this out and I still need to fill it all in and weld it up. And then I need to figure out the fitment in the front, the fitment in the back. There's still a lot I gotta do, but I'm enjoying every single minute of it, and I hope you guys are too. I really hope you guys are loving the videos, and it really means a lot that you guys are watching and subscribing. So anyways, that is all I have for you guys today. Comment, like, subscribe, tell me what you think. Do you guys like the color combo? I freaking love the color combo. I think it's sick, and it'll especially match when I go to the stock color again. Anyways, thank you guys so much. Catch you guys next time. Deuces.